Yo, 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 what's happening? It's your main man, Mike to the P. One Mike Podcast. Let's go. Let's go. We in here heavy, baby. Let's get it. We in here heavy, baby. We in here heavy. Call into the room. Call into the room. One Mike Podcast. Let's get it. Rock out. Yes, sir. It's your main man, Mike to the P. One Mike Podcast. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not. One Mike Podcast. Subscribe right now to YouTube. Thank you for the comments, shares, likes. We try to figure. I'm gonna try to finally get the comments to show as I'm going live. You dig me? Always forget to keep the comments rolling. You dig? Got little halls in the, you know what I'm saying? Wintertime out here is getting serious out here, baby. Put that to the side. Yes, sir. Hope everybody's having a beautiful Monday, man. You know, I might start just doing these small quotes. My quote for the day, man, is sometimes you gotta take the trash out, man. That's it. Sometimes it's time to just, the little folder, the little trash can. Sometimes you gotta empty that shit, man. Real talk, empty that shit. Keep everything lively, keep everything positive. Put your shoes of peace on. You dig me? But the first topic we're gonna talk about is the NFC Championship game. Of course, it was an old school NFC East showdown. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Redskins. You dig? Eagles put 55 on their heads up. Jalen Hurts, 20 or 28, 246 yards, 8.8 yards a pass, one touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 15 carries, 118 yards, 8 yards a carry, long as 60 balls, 3 touchdowns. Even Will Shipley got on the action, 4 carries for 77 yards, 19 yards a touch, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 10 carries, 16 yards, and 3 touchdowns, man. I mean, it was just a old school beatdown. The Eagles are the best team in the NFC. I mean, they've proven that now. I mean, a lot of people know they've been Eagles fans all year. They've been saying it. They've been telling us we're legit. They won bullshitting. You dig? So, hey, shout out to the Eagles. As much as I don't want to say that, I'm a football fan at the end of the day. So, whatever team makes it, you got to give that team their credit, and they do. They always learn. They move people off the ball. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, the game is won in the trenches. You play ball, you know that. Defensive line, offensive line. And the Eagles have that. They have the best formula in football. Jalen Hurts just gets the job done, whether that's running, primarily running. He's not a great thrower of the football, but he can throw the ball. So it's not like he can't throw the ball, but he's just not a great thrower. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we've seen in today's game that just run. Just do what your best asset is. All this sit in the pocket and throw it 40 times, that's passe. You want to win football game. We're taking it back. They're taking it really back to the 40s, in the 50s, and the 60s, when, again, you just did what you did. Like Bart Starr used to run the football too. It's not until like United, they just was like, hey, we're gonna adopt this whole passing game type thing. So again, your quarterback and your best attribute is to throw every now and then run with a great running game, with a great defense to learn. You allow on those things. You did so. I like a little agua. You did, man. Shout out to the Redskins. Jaden Daniels, rookie, taking them all the way to the NFC Championship game was phenomenal. 29 of 48, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. Also ran the ball 6 carries, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Zach Ertz had a hell of a game, mostly check down stuff, but he just showed he's still productive in the league. And to me, I'm going to draft somebody. I'm going to bring him back if I'm the Skins. Personally, Terry McLaurin, 3 catches. He had 1 long catch 36 yards and a touchdown. So I mean, they got to build. Like again, the rest of their receiving core. You got Jamison Crowder, who they brought back. Lou McCaffrey didn't even get a catch in the game. Zacchaeus, Damani Brown, excuse me. These guys are not good enough. And again, I feel like the Scans puts themselves in the good spot. So again, these teams are getting better each year. It's like the Giants will be better next year when they probably draft Shador, which I think they will. They're gonna be better. You're gonna have the Redskins already showed and proved they're gonna just keep building. They got the most cap room in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, or at least top 5, top 10. So I mean, they're in a prime position to make another push. Eagles just keep doing their thing. They just keep building and building and building. Jeffrey Lurie's done a hell of a job as far as him being a GM. Of course, our team, the Cowboys, again, boycott the Cowboys. Been saying it, so nothing new there. I'm looking to jump ship, just be honest. Because again, I think Jerry Jones does not care about us. You're gonna hire Brian Schottenheimer. Like again, I called it maybe 3 or 4 pods ago. I said, but look out for Brian Schottenheimer because he's somebody that has been in the building for 3 or 4 years straight as our OC that nobody talks about. I had made a whole breakdown and said, y'all blame Mike McCarthy. You're not blaming the guy that's organizing the plays. McCarthy calls he's a play caller, but him and Brian Schottenheimer make those plays work, I guess, so to speak. So he comes in, I guess he try to be hard nosed like Marty. Again, it's a legacy situation. They Jerry likes to keep these shit going. It's a good old voice system in the NFL. We know for a fact it is. Only way we can really make our voice known is if we boycott. And that means to not go to the Cowboy Stadium, not support their gear, don't buy anything new. Until they do, we need them to do. Simple as that. We control this shit. The bottom line is what we control. So you have Cowboy fans who don't even know nothing about football. They just come for the party and to wear the clothes and say, I'm a Cowboy fan. They're going to be in the stadium. That you're never going to get them to go away from the stadium. That's entertainment for them. But the hardcore, really people who follow the unit, we got to get away from the people, man. Real shit. Some people don't care about us at all. The Jones family does not care about us at all. Moving forward, I guess in the Eagles, man, they did their thing this year. They're in the Super Bowl. Chiefs, Bills. Again, we knew that the Kansas City refs, we knew what was going to happen. Again, most of these games I didn't even watch, to be honest with you, because I already kind of knew the outcome. The Kansas City refs, I mean, you have a situation where, I feel like, again, Josh Allen relied on the run game all year. I've been saying it, but again, it falls on deaf ears because people believe what they want to believe. They don't look at the game. They're not watching the game. They just look at what they want to see. But again, he was pretty pedestrian up until the third quarter where he had a couple big shots to Mac Hollins. Again, he had 3 catches with 73 yards and 24 yards a catch, along with 34. So I mean, he had 2 big catches that kind of put him over the top. Other than that, he was throwing for at least, 7 yards a pass. Come on, man. He ended with 237 yards, but 2 touchdowns. He didn't play bad. But again, James Cook is the one that he's the straw that makes that drink. You dig? That stirs that drink. You dig? So you look at him 13 again. How you got 13 carries? So many times he wasn't in the game. Why is Ty Johnson getting the ball? This shit is strategic, bro. You can't tell. I'm watching the game. Even Jim Nantz is saying, why is James Cook not in the game? Why is he not getting the football? You give Ty Johnson 6 carries for 19 yards, 3.2 yards a carry. James Cook could have got at least 3 or 4 of those carries. Puts him over 100 yards. He still gets 6 yards a pop and two touchdowns, along with 33. To me personally, I feel like they were trying not to get any explosive plays, in my opinion. Amari Cooper, again, caught that stupid slant. It wasn't a slant. It was a bubble screen, receiver screen, and couldn't get the first down. So I look at him again. He's ice wagon. I'm happy we got rid of Amari Cooper because he never really showed up on the road. He didn't show up in cold games. He didn't show up when we really needed him. He'll show up against a sorry-ass team and we'll blow somebody out. But nah, he's not somebody you can invest in long-term at receiver. He's not a number one. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm happy that bro is not a Cowboy anymore. But hey, Chiefs did their thing. Patrick Mahomes, who was effective on the ground, 18 to 26, 240 some yards, 9.4 yards a pass. So that's again 7.7 yards a pass and 9.4 is totally different. They were sacked both twice. Mahomes threw 1 touchdown pass. Kareem Hunt 17, carries. You got to get over that 15 carry mark, man. To get it's more about the touches. Mahomes had 11 carries with strong carries for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, even Pacheco had a really, really, spot moment game. And then again, Samaje Perine comes in with the catch of the day, 1 catch for 17 yards to win the game for him. So they have multiple ways of beating you with multiple guys that you don't expect, you can't key on. That's the way the league is moving for our offense. That's why with the Cowboys will utilize all the weapons you do have. You do have a Deuce Vaughn. You do have a Tyler Lipke. You did have Zeke. You had Rico Dowdle. You didn't utilize those guys enough. Hunter Lipke can really play. He is in that Kyle Juszczyk, put him in a one-on-one with a linebacker. He can beat that linebacker, man. And he can catch the football, and he's going to run hard when he get the ball. But again, we don't utilize the tools. You don't even start Kevontae Turpin. He's your fattest player on the field. You'll keep putting out Brandon Cooks and have him running comeback routes. Bro, he's a small receiver. But again, we move on. Travis Kelce, don't know why I don't know why he was suited up. He had 2 catches for 19 yards. But look for in the Super Bowl for him to have a big game. It's part of the the thing they call entertainment, or most people call the Roman Catholic or the modern day Roman entertainment. This stuff has become pure entertainment. So if you're not entertained, hey, I don't know why you're watching. It's just entertainment at this point. Again, I hope that Lamar can go ahead and seal up MVP, because he was rightfully so an MVP this season. But I think Saquon will have something to say about that, though. I don't think Josh Allen is second. I think Saquon should be second or either first. I think they really should evaluate how somebody does in the playoffs too, because it is a totality of a season, not just regular season. I think, and personally, like you go out, it's like when Dirk won the MVP in NBA, and then they get bounced in the first round. That's not a good look to say your MVP got bounced in the first round. To me, it should be the totality of the season as well as the playoffs. Then you name the MVP. That's how I personally feel. You dig? Lamar Jackson was the all-pro starting quarterback. Josh Allen was second team. Saquon Barkley definitely deserves more of the votes. Like I think last year, CMZ, Christian McCaffrey deserved majority of those votes for MVP as well. He never really got that due. So, again, Saquon's playing out his mind. Again, that offensive line is moving. As much as Eagles fans don't want me to say this shit, but I'm a podcaster and I gotta tell the truth. I gotta talk about what I see. You dig me? So it is what it is. I don't like y'all niggas either. So it is what it is. It is what the TI is. You feel me? You smell me? Yeah, man. But yeah, it should be a good Super Bowl. Chiefs, Eagles again. Don't know if I'm gonna watch. I mean, I might just watch here and there. Again, we know what this is. This is chasing Brady. This is the new guy, Mahomes. Oh, nobody's ever won 3 in a row. It's like, bro, come on, man. This shit getting whacked to me, personally. When it's contrived and it's just like put together and mashed together and made into this thing, like, oh, are you not entertained? It's like they keep on saying the drama of the NFL. It's like, come on, bro. Even the announcers is just like bullshitting. Like they just make up shit. Like, this is the greatest play of all time. It's like a regular routine run. Come on, man. This is the booster guy up. That shit is terrible for the game, in my opinion. But yeah, moving forward, man, to our next segment of the day. We're going to talk about, man, a little black on black news. You dig me? Black on black news from a black man's perspective. Check this video out here. Let's see here. Got a short show today, guys, because I got a lot to do today. It's Monday. You're
onto the Breakfast Club, and he told Leonard McKelvey, who calls himself Charlemagne the God. Of course, I don't call any man the God, so I will refer to him as Leonard. He told Leonard that prior to the 60s, many blacks were focused on self-improvement and economic development, and they were not at all concerned about integrating with white folks.
Black folk had up 100 times more before social integration hit. See, I'm old enough to tell you all that. You all not old enough to know that yet.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't looking for this social integration. You know why? Because we had our own businesses.
And that it wasn't.
That's right.
Until the Montgomery bus boycott that blacks began to shift their focus.
We don't kill our buses.
Right.
Social integration. When all of a sudden, you all start talking about Rosa Parks Marx and Martin Luther King going down to Alabama want to integrate the bus lines. Integrate whose bus lines? Blacks in Winston-Salem says, we want to ride on front of some white buses. So we said, we don't have any white buses. They said, well, get some so we can ride on the front of them.
To Leonard, and I'm sure also to a lot of his listeners who have the misfortune of being miseducated in our schools, what Dr. Anderson was saying seemed to be a novel idea, something that no one has ever thought of before.
I feel like a complete asshole because I never thought about that. Like that whole time they did the boycott, they should have been trying to establish their own bus company as opposed to wanting to ride. I never thought of
That's how I told y'all again, I couldn't expound last pod because I had some guests come in. I had a showing I had to show for a space that we're trying to occupy. But that's the point I was trying to get to before I was Martin Luther King in the trick bag. It's like they use Martin Luther King for these type of things against us. Because again, the brother Claude Anderson there, a brilliant brother who's always spoke about social economics in the Black community, spoke about his family used to own bus lines, used to own their own buses. But the Montgomery boycott crushed their business because then, again, you have a situation where you're trying to have other people subjugate themselves to say, hey, I just want to ride on that. Instead of you saying, I want to ride my own bus. I want to have my own bus line. Again, the social engineering, man, you have to look at these things in totality. He's old enough to tell you the truth. See, people can't tell you, like people don't know that Jesse Jackson gave you the phrase African American. Before 1988, you were not called African American. You were either Negro or Black. And the name just keeps shifting and changing each time. That's why you had to take your own name back. You had to take your own ownership back and your own lineage and culture back. And don't allow people to tell you who you are. You know who you are. You know who your culture is. You did? So I wanted to definitely highlight that. That was the piggyback from we talked about last week with Martin Luther King. You did?
about that. Y'all boycotted for a year just to want to ride on the front?
See, you're a smart man.
I never thought about that.
In reality, not only was it thought of before, and Blacks like Claude Anderson's family actually owned buses, the idea was actually pitched to Martin Luther King at the time.
Okay. So somebody in our community came to Martin Luther King and said, hey, this is what we want. We don't want to be able to ride white people buses. We want to have our own buses in its totality. And you know what Martin Luther King said?
By Reverend Joseph H. Jackson, who offered to buy Black-owned buses for the Blacks in Montgomery, but Martin Luther King turned him down and said, no, that wouldn't be wise.
So having your own is not wise. So again, you got to watch and be careful about who you celebrate and who you put on pedestals. Because everybody that's your skin folk is not your kinfolk. You dig me?
Reverend Jackson and his church still supported the boycott, going so far as to raise and donate $1,000 to the efforts, which equates to $11,000 in today's dollars. Jackson later realized that those involved in organizing the boycott were actually not being very honest at all.
Nope.
And that they were using the facade of integration to disrupt Black business prospects.
That's right. That's their goal. It hurts me to say it, but it's the truth. Martin Luther King was actually somebody who was controlled by the Rockefellers. He's received awards from these people and everything. So look at pictures of him receiving awards from these people. He's a do boy. He's part of the boule. These people are used as proxies to stop our progress. So when they say, again, anybody that they put on a pedestal and they say they like, I don't fool with, because I know it's a reason why they like them. It's a reason why they want them in that room. I don't respect no flunky, no bootlick, nobody walk around here acting like they doing something positive for our community, when in all actuality, they hurting us in the end. They're a co-opt. They're somebody that's trying to go against us. What we want to do for self, we want to have for self, and we will make sure we do for self in this day and time. Because that's the shift. You haven't seen what the Cheeto man is doing, what Trump is doing. They're taking all your resources away from you, which I told you when I first started this podcast. I said they're going to take away the main thing that you deem to be positive or something that I can control and I can manipulate and finesse. They're going to take those things away because they're tired of you wasting them. They look at it as wasting the resources. But I got a video for that too. But we got a video for that too, because they act like that welfare is something that we finesse and do things with. Oh, we got a plenty of time to cook today. You dig me? Yeah. So I'm gonna get to that video right now. Let's go ahead and get to that video right now, because that's the misnomer. That's the misconception that blacks are people that just use and abuse
walked in one by
food stamps, and we're the ones on welfare, and we're the ones that's just abusing these things. Huh? Check this video out. Fair use.
by one, some hung their heads, others wore their feelings right there on their T-shirts. Today, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office announced an undercover operation they've been working on for months resulted in more than 100 arrest warrants and close to 40 arrests.
This is a huge problem, and we're like one of maybe 3 or 4 law enforcement agencies in the state of Florida that have decided to do something about this.
And it has to do with just that. Meal tickets in the form of EBT cards for low-income individuals being fraudulently used. One part of the investigation centered around Gerald Millis, a local restaurant owner who police say purchased EBT cards from people for 50 to 60 cents on the dollar, and then stocked his local Pizza Pros restaurant with food he bought using those cards.
We were able to determine that he used 53 different EBT cards at Sam's Club.
Police say 55 people were also caught illegally selling their EBT cards to undercover detectives.
A couple of them said, "I'm headed to go get some rock cocaine."
A beyond frustrating reality for taxpayers who today learned their hard-earned money is being misused.
That's right. But it's not just being misused. They try to say it's us. Other communities are doing the same thing. White people are doing the same thing. White people are on welfare more than we are. But again, you don't know that because you're not looking at the whole totality, and they only give you one side of the news. They only give you one side, bro. I'm telling you, it's a whole bigger picture. Once you start reading, once you start looking at these articles, and you start looking at these numbers, it's not just us on welfare. But again, they're gonna stop everybody from using it now because people are abusing it. People are not doing anything with their lives. They want to just get high all day. They want to live in the water. They want to live off the land. That's a term that people, that's in that situation that, they're living in the water. If you don't know nothing about that, that's not something you should be knowing about. You did, but people that know live off the land, live in the water, you live in the sink, so to speak. You did. You conduct yourself a certain way when you're in your situation. So, it's crazy. It is crazy. Last video today, man.
Wendy's is getting.
This blew me right here, dog. Pause. But I'm sitting here just going through social, and I'm seeing that Wendy's is starting to test out a drive-thru for AI. Now, I told y'all this before. I showed y'all the robots. I showed you Amazon. Wendy's got an AI jump now. Keep game.
Getting into the artificial intelligence game by adding it to their drive-thru, calling it Wendy's Fresh AI. It's being tested at a Wendy's in Ohio, and it's going to take orders and answer questions. But is it going to get my order wrong half the time? If that's the case, then it's not a real drive-thru experience. Wendy's is getting into the artificial.
So again, you got Wendy's in Ohio that is going through. They got an AI drive-thru. I think I got a better video than that. Let's get a better video than that. Let's see here. It's not the first video I've seen. Let's see. But that was a video a little more in depth. Let me try to get you another one. This one, this is the same one. Let's see here. That's it. That's it. Here we go. This is it. Last video, man. It's insane, bro. Fair use.
Now, this is called Wendy's Fresh AI. The pilot kicked off in June in Columbus, Ohio area at a company-operated restaurant, Brook De Palma.
Again, they try to put it out there as like, we're going to use the AI to partner with you, and you're going to be controlling the AI. And look, They're not here to replace you. They're here to work with you. Be more efficient. Yeah, if you believe that, I got an alien I want to sell you. You do backflips and all that type of shit.
Is here with those details. Brooke, it sounds exciting. Good afternoon. It certainly does sound exciting. Pretty interesting here. I'm eager to see how exactly it works. But as you noted, this is one of the first partnerships that have come out of this collaboration between Google Cloud and Wendy's. That partnership began in 2021. This is called Wendy's Fresh AI. The first pilot of Wendy's Fresh AI is set to launch in June in Columbus, Ohio, near its headquarters in Dublin, Ohio. Now, in addition to that, the company wants you to know that the AI technology has the ability to understand made-to-order requests, which they say includes billions of different combinations. For example, if a customer asks for a large milkshake, this technology will know that they're asking for a Frosty. In addition to that, they said that it'll be as natural as interacting with employees, eager to see if customers think so as well. And in this pilot, customers can expect a female voice. Now, what you also need to know is that Wendy's expects here to improve speed, accuracy, and consistency with this automated technology. And based on this pilot, Wendy's is looking for a few key things. In addition to that drive-through speed, the customer is also taking a closer look at order averages. They hope to see a boost in sales with upselling opportunities that the AI technology will offer, like larger sizes, asking customers perhaps if they want a Frosty with their orders, in addition to daily specials. And this comes as drive-through remains a key opportunity for Wendy's. About 75 to 80% of Wendy's customers prefer drive-through. Now, Shauna, that's a big jump compared to roughly 2/3 before the COVID-19 pandemic. And Wendy's hoping to be not only a game changer here, but a leader in AI technology in the drive-through. It certainly makes sense. It certainly seems like that with the recent moves there. When it comes to AI, we talk about how so many companies are talking about it on their earnings releases. It sounds like Wendy's isn't the only food company, not the only fast food chain that's incorporating AI. Who are some of the others?
Right, certainly not alone in that. In fact, this is probably the top, if not the topic of this earnings season. I mean, we heard McDonald's mention it in their earnings call, but in addition to that, they also teamed up with IBM back in 2021 to further accelerate and to development and deployment of their automated voice ordering technology. We've heard some customer feedback about the accuracy of it. A bit of a rough start there. Wingstop in March partnered with AI voice startup.
They got Chipotle, McDonald's, Wingstop, all the Yum brands. I don't know what that is, but that's probably a conglomerate, probably a subsidiary company that Expo company is set in, and it owns probably all of those companies together. So you don't know what that is. That could be any type of company that's approximated in fast food. They're coming after the black jobs, the quote unquote black jobs. So again, prepare yourself, get some type of trade, get some type of education, get your own business going. Because if you don't, these jobs that you look to go to in times of need, or maybe a side hustle or side job, they're not going to be there. The government's going to. I told y'all this numerous times. The government is not playing, bro. They're going to take every resource. They're going to try their best to take every resource or co-opt any type of situation where we're making money as black individuals. So you got to get right and exact. You got to get wise. You got to be multiplicated. It can't just be, I got this one job here. Nah, you got to get different streams of income coming in, because AI is going to replace a lot of these warehouse jobs. So if you rely on that warehouse job, I'm telling you, get away from that shit. Please get away from that shit. Unless you're a supreme operator or somebody that's been there for years. And actually, in that case, they probably want to snip you anyway. You're probably making too much money. So again, you want to get a job where somebody just can't come in and say, "Hey, we're gonna replace you with a robot." That's the type of job you want to have. The educational line stream, you want that. Go back to school, be a chef. Go back to do something that's gonna free you from the economic deprivation areas they're gonna try to target. You dig?
Converse now, they're running a pilot where they're using voice AI powered virtual assistants to take customers' phone orders at select locations. We're also seeing Yum brands using recommended ordering to understand how much food is needed at restaurants, and Chipotle using AI for kitchen management to streamline operations. They also introduced Chippy the robot and what they call
Chippy the robot. I'm telling you, bro, all of this stuff is going to be automated. Understand, when you walk into a McDonald's now, you may have 4 people that's in that gym. You pushing buttons. The order's being placed. Bam. Okay, they read the ticket. You gonna have a bunch of baggers in there just bagging. How much money do you think they're gonna pay a bagger? How much? How much money? And you think I'm gonna tell you when I watch, bro, right here in Richmond, I watch Carpool say, "Fuck this. We're not gonna sit up here and pay all these youngsters all this money, or have a bunch of employees that don't want to come to work. We're gonna automate it. Then we're gonna have a self-automated machine. We're gonna pay one person. All this person gonna do is spray the tires. Spray the. I watch on my own eyes. I'm looking like, damn man. I'm in Carpool. I'm used to like people coming in, vacuum your car out. 2 people come in, vacuum your car out, put the trash out. Nah, they do that shit at the end. And it was a bunch of it. To me personally, none of these people spoke English. None of them spoke English. So you tell me what that is. You had about 4 people that didn't speak any English. They in there vacuuming the shit out of the car. They don't, no disrespect to them. I'm just saying, again, I don't try to respect nobody. But at the end of the day, if you don't know English, that means you're leaning towards the legal side. You're leaning towards somebody that just got here. Or you're somebody that they're paying a low wage to. Again, I'm gonna tell the truth. We ain't pussyfooting around here. Yeah. It's the One Mic Podcast. You did. So at the end of the day, I'm in Carpool. You don't. I say, hey, how you doing? And you say, hey, hi. It's like, okay, you're not really communicating effectively. So that means you don't know the language. So that means you come from a certain place that doesn't speak the language. Straight up. If I go to your country and they're like, oh my God, I'm like, what the fuck did you say? That means I'm not from that land. I don't speak the language. So I gotta get my shit in order. You did? In order for me to communicate effectively in this area, in this space. So that means they're paying you less money. That's all I'm gonna let it boil down to that. They're paying you less money. They have one person spraying the car with the solution, get the stuff all the tires. They're gonna send you through the jump. It's automated, the same what other jumps is. You pay a certain amount. You have a person as a manager gonna walk you up, you beep, 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 and then you drive past, you in a little undercarriage that's keeping it like they got a little tension in that jump, it's nice and warm, and they in that jump vacuuming, you go sit on the side. They in that jump vacuuming, wiping your jump down, bam, done. I seen it with my own eyes. Everybody cutting back, everybody pulling that belt back, man. So you got to get right and exact and do the same.
An AI kitchen assistant to make chips. Chipotle CFO also weighed on the opportunity, saying that it is taking a well thought out approach. Take a listen.
Well thought out. That means they're going to take your damn job. That's all that means. Well thought out means, yeah, we thought this thing through and said, you know what? These folk act like these jobs ain't good enough. Even though they ship the good jobs overseas through NAFTA. These jobs are not good enough. You dig? So we're gonna create a new situation where we're gonna give them even more shittier jobs. You dig? So again, you can't let somebody control your livelihood, your family. You got to create it for your own self. It's not there. I'm just giving you fair warning, fair use, all that. I want people to be to be prosperous. I want people to grow in life. Our kids deserve it. Generations die for us to have it, so we need to go get it. Stop waiting for somebody to give it to us. Let's do it. Our Black History fact of the day. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Percy, man, let's go.
Percy Daily History. Quotes by Percy Levon Julian. American Daily Black History. Quotes by Percy Levon Julian.
The road to discovery is paved with uncertainty and doubt. But it is the willingness to persist in the face of these challenges that leads to breakthroughs. Science is not a solitary endeavor. It is a collaborative effort fueled by the exchange of ideas and the collective pursuit of truth. We must never underestimate the potential of nature to inspire and heal. In the plants that surround us lie the keys to unlocking countless mysteries of science.
Follow for more. American chemist Percy Levon. Daily Black History. Quotes. American chemist Percy Levon Julian made various vital contributions to modern medicine as a result of experimenting with soybeans. He synthesized a drug called physostigmine, which is used to treat glaucoma. Julian also discovered how to mass produce cortisone and the steroid progesterone, which was used to produce sex hormones.
And we use this to this day, man. Shout out to Julian Levon. You did. Like what you've had today, man. Again, man. It's your boy Mike to the P. Our last segment of the day. Relationships. You talk about friendships, relationships. Things, man. One thing I had a quote earlier in the beginning of the show. Some of you gotta take the trash out, man. Like, if you know, you just know. But to me personally, man, I look at life in a microcosm. Like I look at life in a situation where it's like, man, what are you living for? Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm happy to be alive for one. Grateful to be alive because somebody didn't wake up this morning. Like just didn't wake up. So you thank God your limbs work, my arms work, my hands work, I have my voice, my mind is in a great place, it's in a peaceful place, happy place. When you keep having moments with people that you just keep having rifts with, man, sometimes it is not worth it, brothers and sisters. It's not worth it. You gotta take the trash out, man. Like it gets to a certain point, it's like, what are we doing here, bro? Like I literally do not have any arguments with anybody in my life at all. No arguments, no tips, no riffs, no issues, no problems, nobody, nothing. So why would I continue to entertain somebody that keeps trying to bring me into this fold? How many times can I be the antagonist in the situation? How many times can it be, oh, it's you doing this, bro, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm some real. I just don't care that anybody that knows me know I keep it pushing, bro. I'm not going to have a sit down. I don't have sit down conversations with men at all. People that I deem to be family and people I've known for years, I have the same friends I've had since I was a child. Understand me clearly. Since I was a child. People I went to elementary school with, middle school with, high school with. Even certain people I went to, I didn't go to college, I went to a trade school. And I got a couple of certificates in certain areas. You dig? Those people I'm still friends with. I'm still friends with my first coworkers when I first had my first job. One of my mentors is still my mentor, who's a white man, Mr. John Thilbar, somebody that I still can call and talk to this day. Because of what? Good rapport. People you just don't have a good rapport with, you got to get them out your area, man. They're sucking up your space and energy for what? Again, there's a lot of people just have, I don't know what people have in their mind. Like they think they can talk to you a certain way. They think they can do things to you. Bruh, I will just get rid of you. I don't have time for fuckery, bruh. I need to get this money. You heard? You're a distraction. You're somebody that's sent by the enemy. And I wasn't that good at detecting it, but now I am. Once I see that it's slights and it's little okay, cool. We grown at the end of the day. We all grown at the end of the day. I got a gray hair right here, cuz. So at the end of the day, man, I don't care. I just move on and I keep moving in life. May God bless you all. If you're in a situation with people that are friends who just continue to drag you through the mud, who continue to act like that you're the problem, newsflash, get rid of their ass. Just that simple. I have a million of, bro, I went to 3 separate high schools. I have a lot of friends. I lived in both sides of every area in Richmond. I have a lot of friends, but I have a lot of people I can go call and hang out with and joke with and laugh with and kick game with on a daily basis. Those people that think they matter that much, they really don't. They really don't even scratch the surface, really. I'm taking time out of my day to interact with motherfuckers. Like, why? If niggas not gonna reciprocate the energy back to me through love, I try to preach love, man. Support each other, looking out for another person. But it's fake love. You really don't do that shit because you really fuck with me like that. You doing that shit because if you want to make shit look good for other people. Don't make it look good for me. Like Drake said, don't gas me up. I like riding on E. Pause. That was a super pause too. But yeah, don't gas me up, man. I don't need no fake love from nobody, bro. Either you're rocking with me or you don't rock with me. It's just that simple. You heard? I'm always be great. Again, I told y'all my long-term goal, I'm trying to own my own town. You feel me? That's my long-term goal. To make sure my daughter's raised the correct way. My family's raised the correct way. Just came off a beautiful trip. Celebrated my birthday. Atlantic City, great. Atmosphere was amazing. Food was amazing. You did. I'm on cloud 9. I got to come home to tomfoolery about some money. Get the fuck out of here. You heard? These niggas goofy as fuck to me, bro. That's why I said, take the trash out, man. Take the trash out. People, man, they'll try their best to pull you into some shit and act like it's just you. And people around them will do the same thing because they dick riders. On my podcast, man. We want to positive stuff. Like, review, subscribe. All of this stuff. You think that? People support those who do and love and care about me, man. I really appreciate that. And it's already showed. The numbers on the board. We ain't even talk about no other crazy shit. People that support, they know who they are. Thank you. If you're not a supporter, then kiss my ass. I don't really care. We don't even need you over here. Trying to fake and funk around for nothing. Go keep kissing ass, boy. You heard? It's been my time. Love. Love you all.